For a winter outfit, Barbie can't go around in a short skirt and nothing on her legs, so let us make her some leg warmers. I'm going to actually show you this, doing it two ways, one super duper easy, recommended for brand new knitters, and one with a little bit of shaping. I'm using the leftovers of Festive Feet yarn that remain after designing some adult patterns as well as some baby socks. Those are also the subject of videos, and they will appear first in Country Knitting of Maine News and Views, and then eventually in a book. The pattern we're working on today, the Winter Wonderland outfit, appears in this book. There's a link to it in the program notes. Use the E-wrap cast on to cast on 20 stitches. We're going to knit from the top down, so this is the top hem. Knit it for 16 rows. To make the knitting get started smoothly, I find that bringing out the needles to hold and letting them knit back for the first 3 rows is quite a help. Now hang the E-wraps to close the hem. Hanging every other one is adequate. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to knit this leg warmer. This is the super easiest way. We will just knit 32 straight stockinette rows for this one. And if you have a doll that's similar to Barbie but doesn't have such teeny tiny feet, this is the one that you want to knit also. Snip the yarn, leaving a long tail, and use any bind off that you like. There is not actually a lower hem on these leg warmers. That is because the circumference of these dolls' ankles is so little, there isn't even room for the stockinette to roll as it normally would, so there's no need in worrying about it. Now we just need to make sure that it fits, and then seam the edges of the work together to get a leg warmer. It's a little bit loose at Barbie's ankle, but on some others it is not. Now here's the fancier version with shaping. It starts out just the same. We cast on 20 stitches. Knit 16 rows for the hem, always the first few bringing out needles. Hang the hem. Up to now, things are the same, but after this, we will knit the same number of rows as before, but we will decrease periodically to shape the legging to Barbie's leg. Start with the row counter at 0 because it's easy to lose track in your head when you stop to decrease. Knit 8 rows, then work a decrease on each side. If these were for human beings, I would suggest a full-fashion decrease. But for a Barbie doll, it makes so little difference. Use whichever one you want. I'm doing the simple decrease here, and I'm going to sew them together on the sewing machine. Knit 4 rows and work another decrease, and we will work a decrease on each side every 4 rows for a while. Let me tell you about the use of the sewing machine. It's really very appropriate for doll clothes because it makes a thinner, finer seam since we're using sewing thread rather than yarn, and it'll hold up better for the doll. If trying to fit a doll that does have different feet than Barbie, but you'd still love some shaping, here's something you can do. Hold her up to the fabric and compare, and at any point you can stop your decreasing and knit straight to the bottom. Discontinue the decreasing when you reach 10 stitches still in work. Knit straight till row 32 is complete and bind off. Seam the 2 edges of the work together and you're done. Remember, the hung hem is the top hem. The doll on the far left is a Lamely doll, a fashion doll that's intended to look a little more natural. Next, another 11-inch doll with very slim feet like Barbie, then a real Barbie, and at the far right a curvy Barbie. Even though Lamely and curvy Barbie have somewhat thicker calves than original Barbie, they can wear the leggings. For Lamely, I needed to use the first version. The tapered bottom simply will not go over her foot. You see her wearing one because I opened the seam in the back. I could get the tapered ones onto curvy Barbie, but I wouldn't ask a child to do it. I would stop tapering sooner, as I showed you in the movie. Let's get together again shortly and finish up the outfit by knitting the capelet.